When it comes to private investigations, conducting a successful stakeout is a fundamental skill that separates the professionals from the novices. Stakeouts, or stationary surveillance operations, are nothing like those dramatic high-speed pursuits you see in the movies. Instead, they require a blend of subtlety, planning, and patience to gather the necessary information on your subject without being detected. Choosing your stationary surveillance position is the first crucial step in many successful stakeouts. The goal is to have as clear of a view as is practical of your subject's location, the vehicles and surrounding areas, and remain unnoticed by your target, the neighbors, or anyone else. The first thing you need to do is your pre-surveillance check, or, as I often call it, my recon, reconnaissance surveillance. Before going out, visit the location to understand the area, where the cars are usually parked, where the most likely exit route is out of the neighborhood, and to identify potential spots where you can set up stationary surveillance and you can blend in. This video is sponsored by OREP Insurance and Working PI Magazine. OREP is a leading provider of private investigator liability insurance. Visit orep.org for a quote today. When you arrive, you need to keep one thing in mind. Park smart. I often have to remind myself of this, as it is easy to park where it is easiest or the most comfortable for yourself, rather than where it makes the most sense to park to ensure the integrity of the investigation. Your surveillance vehicle is your base of operation while on a stakeout, so you must ensure you attract minimal attention. Also, make sure you park legally. Make sure you avoid prime spots that stand out, and when possible, use natural surroundings like fences and trees to conceal your surveillance vehicle's presence. Then there is the need to understand the lighting in the area. Most stakeouts start in the early morning hours, usually when it is dark outside. As the sun rises in the morning, many changes will suddenly occur that you need to consider ahead of time. One thing to consider is where the sun will rise in correlation to your stationary position and your subject's location. If you are looking east towards your subject's residence when the sun rises, will it cause too much sun glare to capture video of your subject? This happens more times than you might think, and sun glare doesn't happen just because you face the sun directly. I have seen a lot of surveillance footage where the sun glare was so bad you could hardly make out who anyone was in the video, where they were, or what they were doing. Obviously, we can't be expected to produce Hollywood quality video for our surveillance jobs, but we can take steps that help ensure we produce the best video evidence possible. And if you're working evenings or nights, you need to keep the lighting in mind once the sun sets and it turns dark outside. Where are the street lights? Will their position cause light glare in your video? Will there be enough light to obtain video? How close do you need to park to ensure you have enough lighting? These are all things to consider. Surveillance for private investigators usually means long hours sitting inside your surveillance vehicle, so you need to consider the demands of your own comfort without compromising covertness. I always use a sunshade in the windshield, a blackout curtain behind me and maybe in front of me if needed, and window blackouts which I make from black foam core cutouts to keep me blacked out inside my vehicle. Your primary goal is to be able to conduct the stakeout without being seen, so I will usually sit in the back seat too when feasible, as it is less likely for anyone to see me back there. Keep your movements inside the vehicle in mind too. Every little movement and shift you make inside your car can draw attention. So set up everything within arm's reach and remain as still as possible while observing. Make it a point to memorize where everything is so you can grab whatever you need quickly when you need it. I have a surveillance equipment case I have made that holds all of my gear. My primary camera, my backup camera, covert cameras, flashlights, tripods, and everything else. This keeps it all nice and neat and always in the same place. And when I have to go mobile, I can close the lid, put the box up in the front seat, and go with little trouble. Tinted windows are highly recommended for a surveillance vehicle too, but not always necessary. I myself have always tinted my surveillance vehicle's windows, but I know a guy who has used a minivan for many years and has never tinted the windows. He has the back seat set up so he is sitting in a black box made of black curtains and can watch out every direction. This way he is shooting out of clear glass all of the time, which provides better video results. And when people see the vehicle, their first thought is not why that van has so much dark tinting on the windows. It is really personal preference. There are pros and cons either way, but regardless of which way you go, you need to keep in mind how covert or well hidden you will be. The unpredictable nature of surveillance means your subject may go mobile at any time and may go in any direction when he does go mobile. When you choose your stationary position, ensure you are ready to leave at a moment's notice. I try to have the vehicle facing the most likely exit route. This is where familiarizing yourself with the surrounding streets and potential routes your subject might go really helps. This also allows you to follow without getting too close and risking detection, as you will not have to flip a U really quick and speed up to catch up with your subject. And make sure when you do start to follow, you are aware of everything and everyone around you and don't draw too much attention to yourself. You will need to be able to quickly and stealthily remove all of your blackouts and your curtains, secure your camera, move your equipment and yourself to the front seat. Once in the front seat, you need to get your vehicle started, but not too soon. Wait until the subject is far enough away that they will not notice your car being started and the lights coming on. Then initiate mobile surveillance in a normal manner, like you are just heading to work, the store, or whatever. Don't just throw it into gear and take off quickly. This is where most PIs usually get burned. The cornerstone of your investigation really lies in capturing high-quality video evidence. Pick your surveillance equipment wisely. Use a camera with a good optical zoom, at least 40x, and good image stabilization. Ensure it can handle low light conditions too, as much of your surveillance may be done during the early morning or the evening hours. When shooting the video, make sure you focus on getting the details. Always aim to capture identifying features such as faces, license plates, and specific actions. Remember, quality is more valuable than quantity in most cases. By quality, I mean gathering the necessary video evidence and the video being clear enough, not necessarily 4K studio-produced video quality. To ensure you get the best quality surveillance video, watch this video.